Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back in the building, yo, for a special edition of we bringing Black Nerd Business back, man. Like, yo, I am doing a special edition. It's Wednesday. Y'all know we normally broadcast on Sundays, but like I got to do something special just for the day because the Super Bowl was crazy. Trailers dropped like crazy. My whole life changed in a night. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't because of no football. Like, you know what I mean? I honestly didn't even watch the football. But what I was doing was editing video footage. And every time I went to the main page of YouTube, I saw a brand new trailer. So I was like, yo, we got to talk about that. So I was tripping on Sunday. Then Marlon get the posting on Facebook on Monday. And he get to talking his trash, which is always borderline disrespectful. Like I really don't be liking and I can't stop reading the articles because I know you gonna say something wild. So I was like, bro, come on. Yeah, bro. You be saying some you be really getting into your bag. You know what I'm saying? But I respect it because you can at least back it up with some like context and details, you know, like real journalism stuff. Even though I still don't believe it. I don't care what you got written on your little paper. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like
facts, man. I just report the facts.
Yeah, sure. And his opinions. So then what I did was I went into the group chat. I said, all right, boys, it's time to gear up. I need to give it a little special edition going. None of them niggas free. All of them are working right now. So, you know what I'm saying? I hit up Champagne. I was like, yo, look, man, I know you was working with me on Saturday, but I need you to double back and put in a double shift for your boy. And she said, yeah. So I'm like, yeah. You feel me? You know what I mean? So like the only thing she cared about was Rihanna and some extra sleep. So I don't know if she's prepared for any of this. But today's show is all about the comics. It's all about the DCU. It's all about Marvel. It's all about the trailers. But we also got some extra discussions we're going to have after we watch the trailers. So like, all right, what trailers did you guys see? What do you feel like? What trailer kind of surprised you the most, if any? If there were none, I get it. If there was one or two, let it rip.
Champagne?
They must have saved the trailers for after halftime because I don't remember a single trailer.
Sheesh.
Woo.
I fell asleep after halftime.
Shout out to you. She got that good sleep in. Sleep in.
She was Rihanna and done.
Wore me out, boy, I tell you.
Well, I can say for me, I saw all the major trailers, film trailers. By far, the most surprisingly one, the most surprisingly good one was the Flash trailer.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Okay.
That was a moment. That was definitely a moment. All right, I'm gonna co-sign with you and say that was a highlight moment for me. I would say the worst trailer I saw was Fast X. I think I was just like,
oh yeah, I did.
I think if you have to take a shot for every time they say family in a trailer, you would die of liquor poisoning.
I counted 5.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's just ridiculous, man. Super ridiculous. However, we got a few that we need to watch. Honorable mentions, you know what I'm saying? But I haven't even watched this trailer. And I want to get into Indiana Jones real quick. We're going to start this journey off nice and slow, and then we're going to get into the big dogs. So let's watch some Indiana Jones, you know, some old white man running around the world, saving the world. Let's go.
Have we met? My memory's a little fuzzy. Are you still a Nazi?
I would like to say off top, that's a crazy question to ask somebody. Yo, you still a Nazi?
It did.
Is that something you know?
It did cut to him with a whip.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Get on hell, Indiana Jones. What are you doing here? Hang on.
Come on. on, man. This guy is like 80 years old, but I'm still gonna give some hand claps.
Yeah. It's nostalgic, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I
Exactly
mean?
what it is.
Yeah, man. I feel like Champagne, if she was out in Europe somewhere on a sabbatical, you know what I'm saying, and she was eating at a nice little restaurant, and he came up and regaled her with stories of like, you know, crazy times of the past. I think she might take him out on a date. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think she might give him a little play. Like, what you think, Champagne? You know, you give me that look like you ain't gonna give him no play. He can't get no play.
No, but I'll listen to the stories though.
Way too old. Dang, man. Nah, man. I thought he was smooth with Mad Game. All right, well, whatever. All right, so let's run it back. Is there actually any excitement? Is there un momento, a little bit of excitement for Indiana Jones?
Yeah. I mean, for me, because I think that was like one of the first like action type franchises I remember. So I think the nostalgia is outweighing everything for me. Plus, I just love movies. So, but I would probably want to watch, you know, the last one or maybe even the first one because I know they're gonna put some Easter eggs in there, and I would want to catch them.
So have you seen all 4 of them?
I can't remember.
Yowzers! I would highly suggest that. Like, go
so
back
many
and enjoy.
years.
And that's what makes it great because they are. I'm not gonna say all of them are great. 1 through
don't
3
say that.
to me, yeah, 1 through 3 are classics. I will say that, and then the 4th one, I say just watch it. So you say you've seen it, and then that you can just leave it at that.
Now,
You know
once
what I'm
I
saying?
watch it, I'll probably be like, "Oh yeah, I remember this," but
Oh yeah,
I can't immediately recall if I saw it.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those movies that I'll be like, every time I tap into it, I always get stuck watching it like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Marlon, what about you, sir? Is this on your docket for this year? Have you ever been an Indiana Jones fan? I mean, are you a real human being? What's going on?
I mean, I'm a casual Indiana Jones fan. Obviously, I grew up with it, you know, seeing it as a little kid. But it's not something that I'm like dying to watch, and you know I'm going to watch it. I'm curious. You know, James Mangold is a great director, so I'm curious to see what his take is going to be on it. It can't be worse than Crystal Skull, so you know I'm here for it.
Look. Even when I was watching Crystal Skull from the trailer, I knew what the movie was about. Tell me what this movie is about.
I have no idea. It's just,
so can it be worse? Yes, it can be.
I don't think so. Not with James Mangold director. I don't feel it being worse.
All right, I'll let you ride on that. I mean, I'm not going to anger you. Do you feel like this is going to be a real box office success? I know they spent some bread on this. So my question now comes to: Are they going to get the money back, and is it going to be something significant? Because I don't even know if the Crystal Skull one actually made any money or whether or not it was just trash. But I don't know. What y'all think? Do y'all think it's going to do good in the theaters?
Yeah, I think it's going to do good. I think it's not going to be blockbuster, $1 billion film, but it's going to make its money back. It's going to make a little profit.
I don't know if it's going to make its money back, and I'm only saying that because it's really relying heavy on that nostalgia factor. It's nothing in that trailer that made you say, "Oh, dang, I want to see that." So it's a very small audience that's even going to think about turning out.
I think it's a very large, very big audience for Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is one of those. It's like it's in the realm of Star Wars and E.T. It's one of those films that
think so?
They had.
You say
it has an
audience.
It has an audience.
I would have to disagree with it being that big of a cult following, but I mean there probably is one, but.
Yeah, I mean, give it to Marlon for the takes, man. Like nobody can do a take like Marlon. Let me tell you like that. You did it. So the second one now is our Breaking Bad trailer, or excuse me, our Breaking Bad Super Bowl commercial. Let's go.
When I was young, I spent all of my days in search of
Mr. White, these are the bomb.
And they're air popped, not fried.
Popcorners. You're an artist. This is art.
Actually, Jesse, it's just basic ingredients. No, we don't eat our own supply.
Mr. White.
Jesse.
Everyone's gonna want to taste. And I know just the guy to talk to.
What are these?
We call them popcorners.
Say their name.
Popcorners. Take! Yeah! How much of this stuff do you have?
We've got 6 signature flavors, Joe.
7! You make 7!
7.
7 works.
Yeah.
We're gonna eat a lot of snacks together.
Popcorners. Break into something good. I am.
What did I just watch? Like, are we? I know they spent every bit of $1 million, $2 million on that. Like
$7 million.
Seriously? I'm
To
sorry.
air it.
Like, is it a Dorito? Like,
It's a Dorito commercial. I mean, I was amused by it. It was a great callback for me. You know,
you watched it.
Oh yeah. I love Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad was my show. Yeah. I saw the entire series from beginning to end. Will I go back and watch it again? I'm sorry. That's a hard start over. It's the first season that I have to get past, and the first season is hard to get through. But once you get past the first season, it all rolls downhill.
Oh, dang. I didn't watch past the first season.
Now you get where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first season.
Well, I'm not saying that it wasn't nothing to enjoy. I'm saying that it was very heavy. There were a lot of things going on in the first season, and it was rough for me to get through. And like it was definitely one of those times in my life where, you know how you got a time in your life where you got to save money, so you got to sit still. So it's like instead of you going out and doing stuff, you just in the house and you're just like, man, ain't no other shows. And I think I didn't watch it like while it was coming out. I watched it on like on Netflix. So it was just like, all right, I ain't got nothing else to watch. All right, let me just go ahead and put on episode 4. Like, all right, you know what I mean? And I'm just struggling through it just because, you know what I mean? I have a strong constitution for, you know, films. So I was just like, all right. But once I started the second season, I was like, oh snap! It's getting lit. I was like, all right. And then from that point, you're addicted. Like the heroin comes out on the second season. You know what I'm saying? And it starts. It makes the first season make sense because there's so many things. Like the first season is setting up. So like, you know what I mean? So that like it's important for that first season to be the way it is, so that every other season kind of just rolls like with no problem. It's not like Sons of, and that's crazy because I was watching that show and I was watching Sons of Anarchy at the same time. Whoo, Sons of Anarchy was that. Whoo, boy, that's that fire. Woo, you need to watch that. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't watch TV for a long time.
I see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for a long time. I stopped watching.
So you was in jail. I understand.
Don't be telling my business, Shay.
All right, my bad.
But just as far as a Super Bowl commercial, yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. You know, and like I said, it was unexpected to see, you know, everybody back like that. It was just like, is this a trailer for something else, or oh no, it's a Dorito commercial? You know, good times.
Popcorners. Right. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it. Sorry, y'all not gonna get me. So anyway, let's go into the next one. This is probably the most prominent trailer I heard about. Everybody was talking about this because everybody got caught.
Welcome back to Super Bowl 57 so far, Greg. The game going like you expected?
Yeah, so far these teams, they've really...
So yeah, that's the one that everybody got pissed off on because they was just like, hey man, hey, who got the remote control? ended up being a thing. So so shout out to Tubi. That was one. Yeah, did y'all get? Well, obviously, Champagne didn't get caught because she doesn't watch trailers.
I
So, like,
missed
what
that
about
one.
you, sir?
I didn't get. I mean, I just took it for what it was. I mean, I knew I wasn't watching Tubi, so I was just like, oh, Tubi out here flexing. Okay.
I don't even have Tubi on my TV, so if I would have saw that, I probably would
What?
have knew it was a commercial.
As
You know,
many
it's funny.
movies have
Project
you been
Heat.
in? I would have
I
thought
was
you was
about to
on that.
say that. I was about to say that. It's so bad. It is bad because I don't feel like it's so easy to get on Tubi. Do you guys
Hmm.
know how easy it is to get on
It's
Tubi?
free. Yeah,
So I mean, like to upload, it's yeah. Anyway,
But I heard you make money on it, right? So I heard
yeah.
that, like, if you put your film up, you can make money off of it. So I'm like, why not?
yeah,
Shoot, man.
no,
Like,
yeah,
You
shoot. Like, I
definitely
mean,
make money.
now
yeah.
can you do like TV series, or you can only do movies?
No, we have a TV series on it. Project Heat is on there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I got an idea that I might want to put on Tubi. Like,
Oh
sounds
yeah.
dope. Yeah,
I
that sounds.
always tell I tell people this. Tubi is for especially for independent filmmakers. Tubi is a
Oh,
game changer.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
I mean,
total game changer.
being that it's a central location that not only has independent work but it has major work. I mean,
Right.
it's a good look, man. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's something that's on everybody. It comes preloaded pretty much on everybody's joint. So I
Yeah.
don't understand why people would be hating on it. You know what I'm
No,
saying? At this point,
I feel like it's doing what Amazon did for publishers. It's doing
yeah.
that for film directors and movie
Hmm.
makers now. Yeah, I
Right.
totally love the
Yeah.
vibe, but there's a bunch of crap on there too. So
But
Yeah.
I thought, one of my thing was I thought Amazon was going to make this move to pick up independent filmmakers first
they did.
because
They did.
they do, but it's harder to get on there than it is to get on Tubi.
Yeah,
Right.
I think so.
So, like, you know what I mean? I thought Amazon would have just taken advantage of it and be like, all right, come on, man, let's just open the gates and let them go and, you know, boom, boom, boom. But like now it's still a challenge to get stuff on there. And I know some big time dudes that's got huge followings that are having problems getting their content, you know, functioning properly on Amazon and getting a return on their investment or whatever. And they've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on production. So,
Well,
As
I
far as
mean, like,
royalties, Amazon is not the way to go at
yeah.
all.
I mean, Amazon is different because right now Tubi, that's their bread and butter. Films is their bread and butter. So they just look at any content that you can get, they can get their hands on, they're going to put on their platform. But with Amazon, they're trying to get a little bit not quite as Apple TV prestige, but you know, they're trying to, you know, say, okay, there's a certain level of quality that we want to maintain, and we're trying to achieve. So that's their angle, and they have other streams of income. How Amazon makes money, you know, Amazon Prime is just a bonus for having, you know, Amazon TV is just a bonus for having Amazon Prime.
got you. Makes sense. All right, let's move on to you know, what is that? Benifer, Jen. All right, y'all get it. Y'all will watch it.
Welcome, Dunkin' special, Dunkin' run, medium or large coffee, get a donut for an incremental dollar. Like, how can it be this inexpensive and good?
Cream, no sugar.
I'm just gonna have to just give you 10 munchkins. You look a little lost. 1 second, I'm trying to find the bagels. Do I look familiar? Oh. Should I be in it, or you want just a self-portrait?
What are you doing here?
Embarrassing me in front of
Is
my
this
friends.
what you do when you say you're going to work all day?
I gotta go, guys.
Grab me a glazed.
I mean, you know, shorty, you the breadwinner. I need something to do during the day. Dang, I mean, you got all the money. You feel me? Like, so what did y'all think about that, Champagne? Obviously, you didn't see this initially, so
No, it was cute. I heard her put a little extra twang on her New York accent. I felt like it was a little
Got
more
you.
than, yeah.
got to. She got to let them know. You know, that's that wife voice that she put on when you doing something you ain't supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Y'all know what it is. You already know you been out there acting up. All right, so this is the big one. And then, yeah, let me shut up. Just watch the trailer. Y'all love this, and y'all can be just as excited as I am for everything that's happening in this joint. Hold on, come on now, stop playing, y'all. Computer, do what you supposed to do. This is the one. Everybody hold your butts.
Tell me something. You can go anywhere. Another timeline. Another universe. So why do you want to stay and fight to save this one?
Because this is the world where my mom lives. I'm not gonna lose her again. Time has a pattern that it can't help reliving. Different people, different worlds, drawn to each other like magnets. It's my face. You stole my face.
If you were to go into the past, you have no idea what the consequences can be.
Bruce, I could fix things.
You could also destroy everything.
This can't be happening. I completely broke the universe. Zod.
We've been waiting for you.
I created a world with no metahumans. And now there's no one to defend us.
Want some help?
You are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
If I can't undo what I did, if I can't get back, there might not be a future. What's the play? Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
It's not Clark.
My name is Kara.
I'm Barry. We're Barry. Barry, what are you doing? Our kids are gonna want to see this.
All right. Okay. So all right. Let me get this out, and I'm gonna allow y'all have infinite amount of time to say whatever y'all gotta say. They got this so right. This 1-2-minute trailer, they got so right. You ratcheted up the stakes. You gave me a complex storyline. You know what I mean? You connected different time periods, different realms. You've connected different characters. You've immediately made things that we've written off as this sucked or this didn't right, and you immediately gave a different perspective on it. And I haven't even watched the whole film yet, and you make me excited for something that had written completely off. And if we're talking about the DCU as a whole, you're talking about, I'm looking at the Superman film differently. I'm looking at I'm looking at a lot of things out of this, like, yo, this completely can put things into a different perspective for me. Ezra, as much as he's a cuckoo, you know what I mean, and should be in jail probably for all types of different illegal things, looks like he's doing an amazing job in the lead. Also, at the end of the day, it looks like there were some intense discussions on how we can take the franchise to another level. This movie was actually supposed to come out years ago. So for this to be shifted in, it has me thinking, was it like this the whole time? Did they remake it? Like, you know what I mean? And if this was supposed to come out years ago, man, what were they planning? Like, because I think this could have connected the dots for Aquaman a little bit more. I feel like it was a linchpin, and they just pulled it because they just wanted to hold on to it. You know what I mean? And then like by doing that, you screwed up everything. So then we're all as fans walking around going, well, why did that make sense? Well, why the Aquaman? And because that's DC has done that to me so many times where I'll be like, all right, I think I could like this, but it doesn't connect to anything and it doesn't make sense. So then I get frustrated. I'm like, all right, screw the whole thing. So kudos to them, and it reinvigorated my excitement for the potential of something better. I'm shutting up. Who wants to go first?
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
Well, I lean more towards Marvel. So I just kind of started getting more into DC. Well, paying more attention. I've watched all the DC movies, but only because as a formality, just because I like comic book type movies. But
hater.
Yeah, I don't really care for DC. I think because the storylines never connected for me, and I don't know. I don't know if Marvel just has done a better job of giving me the origin stories and kind of giving me something to grab onto and to build onto for the next movie, or if it's just that I just was never interested in DC. But Wonder Woman got me more interested in DC. That's what it was, Wonder Woman. And then some of the shows on CW, like Superwoman. That's why when I saw Kara, I'm like, okay. So that made it more exciting. Flash on CW is actually pretty good too.
Did you actually enjoy Gotham?
Gotham. You said Gotham.
Yeah, Gotham.
No? I didn't watch Gotham. I think I watched like the first some of the first season, but no, I didn't really get into Gotham. And it was another one. Oh, I like Swamp Thing too, but didn't they cancel that? But anyway, yeah, I was excited to see Kara and to see just okay, they doing stuff with the timeline now, which I know like at the end of Black Lightning. Like I kind of see how they are tying in some of the TV shows into the movies, making it a whole universe. Like I'm seeing the connections for me that's making it more interesting. Like now I want to go watch the other one and watch this. And Marvel's always done that for me, which is probably why I'm impartial to them, but I'm excited about it. I can't believe I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Go ahead.
Well, I just think we all know that Warner Discovery, or what are they called? Yeah, Warner Discovery, they had to nail this trailer. They had no choice but to nail this trailer. And then they've been hyping this movie up for years now. And one of the reasons why it was delayed for so long, they knew they had a good film and the pandemic happened. So they knew they had to hold on to this for a minute and then play it at the right time. But this trailer was everything I want from every DC movie that I kind of got in little bits and pieces. I'm as somebody who's not a big fan of the Snyderverse. This is a great homage to Man of Steel, and it really Flash is one of my favorite DC heroes. So even as cuckoo as Ezra Miller is, he's still a brilliant actor. So I mean, and Andy Muschietti, I think that's the name of the director. They've been talking, they've been raving about what a good job that he's done with this film. And if this trailer is anything like the movie, then I think we're all going to be in for a very, very, very good movie. It's something that, especially after the disaster known as Black Adam, it's something that DC, Warner Brothers and DC, they need this. They need a win.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. I am so on. And I'm glad you admitted that which call it was a disaster. Because if I remember correctly, I think you were in on the review, or you commented on the review, and y'all was trying to defend Black Adam, and Black Adam was a heap load of crap.
I wasn't trying to defend that.
I was confused by Black Adam. Like who was all them other people?
Like go ahead.
I don't even know their names. Like the one with the gold wings, and
they're all.
I don't know them.
Well, you don't know that because they did a piss.
Been introduced to them in that movie, and it didn't
Right, because they did a poor job introducing those characters. Those are classic characters, and they just threw them in there like they were counting on the hardcore DC fans who know the comic books to say, "Okay, I know who Dr. Fate is. I know who Hawkman is.
Exactly.
I don't, I don't need a background. I just know." And it's like you can't do that with films. You have to introduce these characters properly, so the general viewing audience understands and knows. Okay, I know who this is now. I know who this is now.
Yeah.
So
like do it good at least once.
Yeah.
And that way you don't really have to go in such detail again. Is this Flash's origin story?
No.
Okay, so he's already had like his.
He's already been established.
Okay.
Because they did that in that was done in what was that? Was that Batman versus Batman versus Superman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. I mean, whatever.
Then I'm sorry, Ben Affleck is Batman again because I thought Robert Pattinson was Batman. Do they change it?
No. Remember, this movie was shot years ago. At least 4 or 5. It's about 4 at the least 4 to 5 years old. So
you got to treat Robert Pattinson's Batman as in a totally different universe. It's not connected to the main DCEU.
Okay.
It's its own thing, its own pocket universe. It's doing its own thing. So Ben Affleck's Batman is still Batman.
Right. Exactly. And that's what I'm with. All right. So, my prediction. Do you feel like now that we've seen this new trailer, and then, I want to add on James Gunn's announcement. He gave the speech and was like, all right, we're resetting everything. Before I get into what he said, the fact that he's now the new CEO of like DC Films, I think that's telling, especially considering the fact how intricate James Gunn was involved in Marvel films. Him doing all of those Guardians of the Galaxy films, him being it, and I can guarantee y'all, being as big of a corporation as they were, he was in a bunch of planning meetings. Yeah, he saw a whole lot of intricate behind the scenes stuff. I don't even know how in the world he was legally able to be so involved with Marvel and then end up being the CEO of DC Films. That's crazy.
They fired him. I mean, that's when Marvel dropped the ball because they fired him. And before they fired him, he was on deck to be the head of the Marvel space cosmic side of the. He was going to be right under Kevin Feige as the person who's going to be in charge of Marvel Cosmic. But then, everything happened and he got fired, and then DC jumped on him.
Yeah, man. I think that was a stupid move. I think he's definitely been an effective person. I mean, seeing how I think one of the things I loved the most was his interpretation of the Suicide Squad. Personally, I thought that was a great film. I think they did a good job with it. Champagne, you was about to jump in. Go ahead. You had something to say?
No, because there were two. I thought there were 2 different versions of Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's 2 versions of it.
Sometimes I be thinking my memory failing me, or
Nope, it's one with Will Smith and one with a bunch of other people.
Elba
Idris Elba and them. Like, I enjoyed both of them, but I enjoyed the second one way more.
Yeah. I like the second one more too.
James Gunn don't miss.
You know what I'm saying? Now that we have this, now we've gotten all that out of the way. He announced that now they're going to have a cohesive universe, meaning that all the storylines will connect from here on out. Good. Not only are this going to connect in the he's saying that there's going to be the movies, but I'm saying the real life films. The comic book films are going to connect. And the comic books are going to connect. So there's going to be a whole unification of all content so that it'll all connect and make sense, which I think is a huge undertaking. But I think that if they could do it properly, it'll be. I think DC will put themselves in a whole nother stratosphere. And then he also said that they have plans on having films kind of like the Joker was, and which will kind of be like their own out of universe. They have like a whole out of universe thing that they're developing. So like they'll still be able to do different versions. So like I think they're saying that the James Patterson version of Batman is kind of like a separate thing. Right. Excuse me. My bad. So like, you know, he's got his own thing. So like, yeah, I think that is phenomenal, man. Yeah. Phenomenal. And now what AB was telling me the other show is like they're prepared to bring in all of these new characters that I don't even care about. Now, let me before y'all jump down my neck. I don't care about them because I really felt like the main people they flubbed so bad. You gotta get my main guys right first. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we need a better Superman film without an origin. We need to decide which direction we going with Batman. Flash needs to go over well. And then you got to refocus Aquaman and get him an acting coach. And then you got to get Shorty back in there for Wonder Woman. I think I enjoy both of the Wonder Woman films, but there are a lot of people out there that weren't that happy about it. And then we need a new Justice League. Before we can start talking about launching off all of these random names that don't nobody know about. You know what I mean? So what do you feel about that, Marlon?
I feel like well, basically, did you care about Guardians of the Galaxy before you saw that first movie?
No, but I loved it because it had something to do with the storyline. So like once I like they told me ahead of time that it connected to a greater theme. But go ahead.
So, yeah, I mean, James Gunn is a master of taking characters and people that you're very unfamiliar with and making them household names, making you care about them. And it's not like he said he's not going to focus on, you know, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. He said, okay, right, along with focusing on those main primary, the Trinity, those, you know, pillar characters, I'm going to introduce some characters that you're not too familiar with, and I'm going to introduce them at the same time. And you know, I feel like James Gunn's track record speaks volumes, because you know before the second Suicide Squad, nobody knew who Peacemaker was. Nobody cared who Peacemaker was, and he was unknown.
We still don't care who Peacemaker is. Let's be clear about that. Just because they gave him a whole season on the TV show. I mean, the TV show was a little silly. I feel like they could have did a better job with the TV show. But go ahead.
That TV show was excellent. Yeah, that was excellent. It's the highest rated, best DC TV show they've ever made.
Whoa, bro.
You know, what?
You jumping out the window, bro. You jumping out the window.
As always, I'm always stating facts to you. Whether you choose to believe them is up to you.
No. You can't sit here and tell me.
I'm stating.
All right. So what you're telling me is that it's better than Lois and Clark? It's better than Gotham?
I'm saying that Peacemaker is the highest rated DC-based TV show ever.
Nah, bro. I don't believe that.
DC don't have to believe it, but you can look it up. You can.
I will definitely look it up. But now, if they were to tell me it's the highest rated DC show on HBO,
ever.
All right, cool. On HBO,
ever,
not television ever. In general, because they've had a lot of shows over the last.
ER. Look it up.
All right, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into it. All right, so there's one more I wanted to get into. Let's get into the final Ant-Man trailer, and then because then they do a new one during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you missed the Guardians of the Galaxy second trailer.
Oh yeah, we gotta get into the Guardians of the Galaxy. All right, which one you want to do first? You want to do Ant-Man or you want to do Guardians?
Peacemaker not even on this list, but
he be talking crazy. I'll let him talk crazy because that's his job.
Go to Rotten Tomatoes. Go to Rotten Tomatoes and look up the critic rating and audience rating.
All right, while we doing that, let's watch this trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm Star-Lord. I formed the Guardians. Met a girl, fell in love. That girl died, but then she came back. Came back a total dick.
Oh, please. You left out some important information, but that is the gist of it.
My sacred mission
Is to create the perfect society.
He didn't want to make things perfect. He just hated things the way they are.
I want you all to know that I'm grateful to fight beside my friends.
incinerate them. We were always searching for a family until we found each other.
Are you ready for one last ride?
We'll all fly away together.
Into the forever and beautiful sky.
Whoever it was that you were in love with, it sounds more like her.
Her? That's ridiculous.
Do not bring me into this.
Knock it off!
What?
Just never noticed how black your eyes were.
They were replaced by my father as a method of torture.
He picked a pretty set.
All right. Speaking of James Gunn masterpieces, Guardians of the Galaxy.
And it's funny because
oops, my bad. Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the last one of the trilogy. There are a lot of stakes set for this. I think I'm not exactly sure. I could be wrong. I know it's supposed to have some set pieces within this film that are supposed to lead into larger storylines. What specifically, I don't know. Maybe our resident guru of all things Marvel, author Marlon Mikulski could help us with that. If not, you know what I mean? Hey, we can speculate because, you know, I love speculation. Well, let's go. Marlon, go ahead. Kick it off.
Well, I think with this movie, with Guardians 3, it's really going to be a send-off for this iteration of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And this storyline is really heavily focused on Rocket. It's going to be his origin story. So I think I don't know how it ties into the greater MCU, but I feel like this is James Gunn's last Marvel film, and like I said, this is going to be the last ride for a lot of these Guardian characters. So they might come back in different iterations, but this is the grand finale.
Yeah, man. Your man's that plays which one Flange said he ain't never coming back, man. I'm done. I ain't.
Oh yeah, Drax out of here.
yeah. He's ain't never coming back. So Champagne, what you thinking, man? I saw your face. It seemed like you was enjoying the trailer.
Yeah.
Seemed like there's a little excitement. Go ahead.
Well, because I think is this part of Phase 5 or is this one?
Yeah,
this is part of it. Like, so knowing that this is probably this is the last Guardians of the Galaxy, I am excited to see how they kind of tie everyone up and then set them up for appearances and future things. Because so what comes out for Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out this week, and we get introduced to
tomorrow.
Kang. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and we get introduced to Kang the Conqueror, right?
Yep.
And his whole like just man, because have you guys seen Loki
Yeah.
on Disney
Yeah.
Plus?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love Loki.
So I mean, can't wait. That's why I'm so excited for this to hurry up, and because I really want to see how Kang is going to come in there and do things a little differently. So I'm kind of interested that I didn't see any references to him in this one. So I'm
Well,
curious about
Word.
that.
yeah, I think this, like I said, this Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is really self-contained to their storyline. I don't really expect to see anything about Kang directly referenced in this Guardians movie, but yeah, going forward, Kang is going to be a big thing going forward.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's
Yeah.
going to be a big deal in this particular film.
Which makes me, when did this one take place in the time
Well,
frame?
you got to think the Guardians are by nature they're already very separate from what's going on Earth.
On Earth, right?
So there's some distance. So it could all be going on at the same time, but they're so far away and removed from what Kang is doing that they're not involved in that stuff yet.
Actually, I don't know because how did Gamora come back? Was
Gamora
it resetting Thanos?
Yeah,
But
but
see,
that
but they
Kang
said
didn't
that
have.
she wasn't supposed to be able to come back, even if they reset the time from Thanos getting the Soul Stone. So
Yeah, but Kang didn't have anything to do with that, and she was pulled from a different timeline, from a different time period.
which Kang would have to allow or not? Am I right? So I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
curious.
but he's not involved in that. It's like he that's small potatoes to him. He doesn't care about Gamora because as far as him and the TVA is concerned, everything the Avengers did was supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's small potatoes to him.
I'm just curious about that. Like, I don't know if it's going to be a plot hole there. I want to know how they did that.
I would definitely encourage people, if you haven't taken the time, to go watch Loki, the TV show, and then like really pay attention to the details, because only in the details do you really start to understand what's gonna happen in Phase 5. And it's like, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. Even trying to break down, there was a main timeline. That whole Avengers thing is the main timeline. So once they split off from that main timeline and all of these sub things start to happen, it gives off infinite possibilities, but it makes a problem for, just keeping certain things together and making certain things work. So like, I feel like if people aren't, I don't feel like Quantum Mania is going to be something you can walk into without some level of understanding. I feel like it's going to get real convoluted and confusing real quick unless you really take your time. And some people might say that's a problem in movie making, but I love it because I feel, as a real fan that watches everything that they put out, I want that. I want that payoff of investment. Hey, I've invested time watching all these TV shows and specials and, comics and cartoons. And, I want that payoff of me being able to know something that the next guy may not know because they just coming in fly by night with their girlfriend on a random Thursday for no reason. So, like, And I think that's what makes Marvel so special, is because it does cater to the hairy homemaker guy, that's not really a nerd but just wants some action. But the real nerds can come in and not necessarily be Easter egged out, but they can be in the know in a different way, because they're just elements of conversation. There's elements of storyline that a person may graze over because there's explosions and gunshots, but like a real fan is going to feel the payoff of just being, fully abreast of something. That fulfillment, right. Or even being like, oh, I read the comics, so I know what's going to happen next, or I know how powerful this person is. You know what I mean? So like, people didn't like Thor Love and Thunder for certain reasons, but I was like, if you read the comic books and you understood certain characters from it, it was a payoff for you. You know what I mean? I didn't agree with people. I felt like Thor Love and Thunder was a great movie, but at the end of the day, I let people have their thing. And I know Marlon's gonna trash it, but we gotta let him live.
Nah, Thor: Love and Thunder was it was all right. It was all right. It was enjoyable for what it was. It was a step down from Ragnarok, and they went too silly. I mean that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I was only going to say that Thor Ragnarok had more requirements because it had to connect stuff, where Thor: Love and Thunder was just kind of like
for fun.
It was more fun and setup. Here, let me just set up something for later on. All right, well, we got to bring this young girl in. We got to bring this thing in. Let's just do this, and then we giving y'all a little bit of sugar and spice and everything nice. So like what I mean, and I rock with that. So
yeah, I think with Ragnarok they found that nice balance of this is going to be comedic, but there's some heavy stuff going on at the same time. So Taika Waititi, he was able to find that balance of comedy and and consequences and real and pushing the narrative forward. Whereas with Love and Thunder, he leaned too much into the silliness, too much into the comedy, and the stakes weren't taken as serious as they were in Ragnarok. Even though you were having fun in Ragnarok, you knew that Hela was about that business. Hela was not playing. And whereas with Love and Thunder, they had that potential to do that with Christian Bale's character with Gore, but they didn't really. I didn't really feel anytime really scared of Gore. That he had that potential, but they didn't really drive it home that this guy is a problem.
And I feel like the critical problem they had there is when they went to the part of the galaxy that all of the gods resided in. Then they didn't seem to be too pressed about it. So it's just like, if they not pressed, why? I
feel like that was playing. I feel like that was playing into their lackadaisical nature about things. Anyway, like the gods aren't serious about anything because they're the strongest people, or beings. Okay, so they don't feel threatened, and that's. Okay. I feel like that's what that was.
Champagne brought her writing hat to the game. Okay, go ahead, write it out there. Write it out there. I definitely didn't think of that at all. Well, go ahead. That's all. That's all.
I think that about that, but and I wasn't necessarily. I was worried more so of Gore killing Thor because he was on playtime. It seemed like he was so silly in that movie in a sense. So
here's an example of like what I mean by being too silly. It's like at one point where they kidnapped the kids from Asgard, and Thor's in telepathic contact with one of the kids, and they have Valkyrie playing around like where just doing silly stuff in the background. It's like at that point, be serious. At that point, the film has to be serious. It's just like everything's a joke.
Well, Taika Waititi is everything is a joke. So I mean, you kind of like with all of the pluses you can say Taika Waititi, he still got those negatives that come along with it too. So, but I respect it. I respect it. For me, I like once again too, there wasn't a lot coming out at the time, so it was nice to be able to get out the house and experience something, and that was that for me. So like, you know what I mean? So I want one last thing before we get out of here. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is currently the second lowest rated Marvel movie ever. 58% on the tomato meter. People are saying midway through, as everyone on screen was restating their interest in getting home again, I thought the same. Tomato, if it weren't for Jonathan Majors' performance as Kang, this movie would be a complete fail. Scared shitless after seeing this, but I wanted to throw it on the screen and get everybody's opinions, man. What y'all thinking?
I'm not surprised because I feel like the Ant-Man films haven't been the most popular anyway. And now it's taking this task of introducing a new major villain. And luckily the actor and the character, is a very powerful kind of character. But I'm still gonna see it. I can understand I can understand it having pretty low ratings just because it's not one of the more popular movies of the franchise. And it's
Okay.
doing something. It's serving a more functional purpose this time. So,
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what Champagne's that said. Ant-Man, while they've always been enjoyable films, they're not the most highly acclaimed Marvel films. I feel like after you got to look at Marvel in its totality. Marvel is 31 films deep, and they've made over $28 billion. $28 billion. So at this point, having one bad film is not gonna derail Marvel.
They've got a
Especially,
few. They've got a few bad films, but we're not gonna go ahead.
yeah. I mean, as far as political ratings are concerned, as far as tomato ratings, this is their second lowest film. Their next film they got coming out after this is Guardians of the Galaxy. We know how that's gonna do. So I think people get caught up in the moment and saying, "Oh my God, this is a rotten Marvel film. What's going on with the MCU? Is it all going to come off the hinges?" And it's like, nah, relax. When you've had a record of winning, you can afford to have one or two bumps in the road.
Right, and I would say for my piece, the movie's not out publicly. So
Right.
all of those ratings are from reviewers who are always extra critical of films, and normally blockbuster films get low ratings from critics. And then I guarantee once the public gets to see these films and they get to putting their ratings on there, I feel like it's gonna balance out. You know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's meant to be a fun film. It's not meant to break new cinematic ground. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting people to come in and cry and fall out on the floor and have dramatic death scenes. I'm not expecting any of that. I'm expecting people to come out, have a great time, discover some new things. The kids get to have that like early spring, something to do for the weekend. You know what I mean? So like that's what I'm looking forward to. I already have my tickets. I'm going tomorrow night. Me and Fame will be in the theater going crazy. You know what I mean? Eating up all of the food and acting a fool like we normally do. I'm just happy that we're getting back to movie season, because I've been bored sitting around doing nothing for the last month and a half. So like we got Quantum Mania this week, we got Cocaine Cowboy next week, and then after that, all of March is nothing but blockbusters, baby. You know what I mean? And we'll be talking about that this weekend. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Picard jumps off tomorrow, so y'all can get y'all watch on, you know what I'm saying? And then 2 weeks after that, you know what I'm saying, Mandalorian pops off. So this birthday holiday for your boy JS1 is about to be super lit. I can't wait to enjoy a whole month of birthday antics and great movies and television. Thank God, for the blessings to continue to fall down on my shoulders as it should. You feel me? Marlon, is there anything new coming out on your side that I need to get in the mail for my birthday? What's popping?
I got a little book coming out next month. If I was your girlfriend is dropping March 28th. So it's actually a re-released book that came out in actually this book, right here. It's being re-released through Urban Books. So I'm looking forward to that, and you'll probably get a copy in the mail.
My guy. And if I need to pre-order something, you just let me know. I'm down for it. And if your boy finds one of those copies of Girls Night, I think I'm gonna have to rock with that. I want that DVD, bro. I seriously want that. That DVD looks hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right, Champagne, do you have anything coming out that we need to be abreast of?
Well, we recently dropped the latest episode of Project Heat Baltimore.
Okay.
Monday, this past Monday, 2 days ago.
Okay.
So go check that out on YouTube. And one of my authors is re-releasing her book Death of Innocence May 20th at the Sneaker Showcase with Tony.
Okay.
Tickets will go on sale for that shortly, and I will be doing a raffle with one of my jackets and some books and like cool little writer stuff. So stay tuned.
All right. Now my question to you is, who's hosting this Sneak Her event?
I think Stuff Lover. I'm not sure.
All right. Why are you not hosting it? I need to call. Do I need to call?
No,
Tony.
Because I'm like last year he did the show. That was my first time being a designer in the show, so didn't have time to host. And this time with my author, so my author's actually disabled. She has Huntington's disease, and so I pretty much do everything for her. When she has her release, I'll have to be like by her side. I'm not gonna have time to really even enjoy the event, which is fine.
Got you. I feel like we should watch your the trailer for Project Heat Baltimore. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna come back because I ain't know nothing about this, but now I'm about to get. We gonna look. I'm gonna have Marlon watch it too. We're gonna critique it.
From the producers of Project Heat and Project Heat Atlanta.
I find out somebody had something to do with it. Already told you.
Oh, we on their ass. You know it's family over
everything.
everything.
No, I don't have no cap. I don't know none of these niggas.
What you doing because I'm your parole officer, sir?
Man, look, man. I vouch for him, man. He good dude.
$50,000 in 2 weeks. You plan that?
Baltimore City ain't shit. So somebody
We gotta do something, y'all.
Man, y'all doing a whole bunch of talking, yo. Ain't nobody doing nothing.
Can you believe somebody coming to my door asking for that shit?
Because I know you trying to get back into the groove. You know, peas belong to me. Versus this my shit.
What did I tell you? What are you doing? I tell you about one of my motherfucking refrigerator. Now wash your hands. Chill out. I don't play that bullshit. Because I ain't none of that. Family is over everything. You kill my family, kill.
Yo, what type of time these niggas on? They on ghost time.
You feel me? I thought it was a shaky move. Like,
yeah, I know.
That nigga bring you a move.
Give me this gun, yo, I got you. Go ahead, yo.
Davis.
What's up, man? What's up?
Where were you last night?
What you mean? I went to see my PO, man.
Oh, hold on.
Good night.
Project Heat Baltimore. Season premiere Tuesday, April 23rd on showoffilms.com and on YouTube.
All right. Oh, my bad. Hold on, let me give you some hand claps. I ain't seen that many arguments in a trailer in my entire life. Shout out to every scene they argue. Yo, is there any regular dialogue? Yeah,
a little bit. But you know what? To be honest, the script is loose. Like a lot of what we do when the camera turn on is improv. That's why it's fun. In some, it makes it I don't know. Because sometimes I get a little irritated with the improv thing because it's a skill that you have to build up, and if you're paired with in a scene with someone who isn't good at improv, or maybe, you know, it's just it's hit or miss. It's not always good content, to be honest, but it's always fun for us. So,
got you. My concern with stuff like that is there not being any direction, or like there's not like if everybody freestyling the whole time, how are you like? Because like the greatness in a show sometimes is the nuances and the details and you know what I mean. So if everybody's freestyling, where's the nuance and the details and the nuggets?
There's a little. So we will get some pointers. Like the director will say, "All right, you know where your character is in the storyline at this point. So this is happening right now," and then you're pretty much filling in the actual words. So like you'll know to say this particular thing this way, but everything in between is up to you. So you get a few minutes to go back and forth with whoever you're in the scene with, and sometimes the director will be like, "Let me see what y'all did. Let me see what you put together," and then you'll do it. But it's a lot of on the fly. It is a lot on the fly.
Shoot. Well, you know what I mean. We gotta move on. But in that, you know what I mean. Marlon will not be one upped by your great trailer. He had to drop his own trailer. He said, "Man, what y'all act like I ain't got movies out here in these streets?" So like, you know what I mean. So give them the intro to this pimp and tell them what they about to see.
Some futuristic, some intergalactic futuristic, ladies having good time.
Let's go.
Ladies' night.
Yeah, we went from all the dialogue to no dialogue at all. Shout out to that. The whole movie is in silence. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing but high intense party music. Like, snap. So, what's that? Why no dialogue? That was my number one question I wanted to ask you, Marlon.
I mean, there is dialogue in the film. It's just in that trailer. I think the way Lamont cut it, he just wanted you to show the visuals. Really, that's really what he wanted to focus on. But there is a storyline within the film. But I think in the trailer, he just wanted to focus on the visuals and just the spectacle of it all.
Got you. Yeah, shout out to Mastermind and the Indie Show. He said, "What Tubi movie is this?" He said, "I'm not mad at him. Baltimore is creating content." So like, shout out to him for that. Giving Champagne and the what is it? Project Baltimore. Project Heat. Baltimore.
But there's also a Project Heat New York and a Project Heat Atlanta and a Project Heat Connecticut.
Let's go. We selling drugs all over the world. Let's go. You know what I mean? That's how it is. And then, you know what I'm saying? If you're tired of street stuff, you can definitely jump into the future with Ladies Night 2077. Where can people watch the yes, Mastermind Atlanta. He said Atlanta, you say? Yeah. So where can they watch where can they watch Ladies Night 2077?
Right now, it's available on Vimeo. If you type in, if you go to Vimeo, type in "Ladies Night 2077," you'll be able to view it there. And it's going to be soon available on DVD. And I think it's going to be hitting a streaming platform in the next couple of weeks.
Got you. Now, my next question, like we were doing. Champagne, I hope you remember when we did the Love Jones watch. Remember in the beginning where we had the trailer for Quarantine Bay? Mm-hmm. That's they company too. We played that one.
Okay.
Okay. My follow-up question is, and maybe I need to get Lamont on and grill him about this. Why aren't any of these trailers on their YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's a Lamont question. I think with Quarantine Bay, we were mostly editing. That film was done by Lee Thomas Lee, who's also starring in that movie. He's one of our actors that we brought in, and then he did his film with Quarantine Bay, and he asked us to edit the film and do some pickup shots and stuff like that. So that's how. That's our involvement in that film.
So where is that movie available? Is that on Tubi?
That's
or
on
is
Tubi.
It on... Okay, got you, man. Y'all got a lot of stuff going on, man. Shout out to y'all. So, you know what I mean. So Champagne probably gonna have to come down there, and she gonna have to freestyle some movie parts or whatever. Like,
I do good with table reads and stuff too. I do better with like real reads because.
Boom. And then at one day I gotta get my book out, so one of y'all gonna have to help me publish it. So we'll figure that out. But anyway, with that being said, I want to say thank you to both of you so much. Let me give y'all some hand claps. Thank you. For making time out of y'all schedule to come rock with me and have conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna be back on Sunday. Y'all don't trip, man. We gonna be right back here on Sunday, 6 p.m. for Black Nerd Podcast. And a little birdie just told me that Champagne about to be part of the show from now on. So we gonna see. I don't know. She might quit after a couple of weeks. You never know. But like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, I got a rowdy bunch of dudes, so like, you know what I mean? Like, we got to see. But and it's I've been trying to get Marlon to come on and be a part of the show forever, but like, hey man, I'll take whatever I can get. I'll take special edition moments like these. You know what I mean? So that way I can talk trash.
I'm a feature cameo.
Yeah, that's a fact. That is super facts. So if y'all haven't done so, make sure that y'all you sign up on the Patreon if y'all can. It's only $5. The lowest level is $5, and that means you get access to all of our content. All of the Black Nerd podcasts now are behind that. Video wise, the audio is available obviously in Google Play, iTunes, Spotify. But also we do special behind the scenes stuff. All of the Black Watch theaters are back there, plus a host of other stuff. Now, if you want to spend a couple more dollars and you want to learn how to start your own podcast or how to live stream or how to create content, I have a 16 class course on there as well, and it's $100 per month, and like you can go in and watch every class. Each one has homework. They have PDFs and everything associated with it. I actually took like 10 people through that class, and then you can actually hear me teach the class, and you get to hear commenting and questions from all of the people that were in the class. And then you will also get access to me and get multiple personal one-on-one sessions. So like, man, there's tons of stuff on the Patreon, so just support that right now. And with that being said, don't forget also, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. is Masterminds in the Indie Show right here on BBC Radio, and you can make some money, and let me show you how.
One time for your mind, it's your man Mastermind, and on Tuesday, January 31st, the Indie Show is back, better than ever, and I'm giving away money.
More money, more money, more
Well, it's actually sponsorship money, but free money is free money. Come get you some. Every week, one lucky live viewer will have the chance to have cash prizes dropped into their cash apps. How? For every correct answer our guest of the week provides during Mastermind games, the pot grows. Imagine if they get all 10 questions right. If our guest guesses incorrectly 3 times, I keep the money every dime. Sounds fun, right? Tune in and tap into the Indie Show, all things indie, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on vvclife.com.
All right. Yeah, he's totally serious. Y'all can win some money. Last night, we had to kick out $11 to somebody. And the week before that, we had to kick out $10. I can't remember how much, but like, yo, all you got to do, you don't have to pay nothing to play. All you got to do is be in the chat room, and when we tell you to drop those cash apps, you better drop them cash apps. So when our special guest comes on, they got to take the quiz, and for every one they get right, some money goes into your bank account. Say, hey, make sure y'all tune in, man. Be a part of everything that we got going on. We love y'all. Did anything else y'all want to say before we get out of here? Any other drops y'all want to make?
No.
All right, man. All right. Y'all have a wonderful night. We'll check y'all out on Sunday and on Tuesday and every other day, man. We out of here. Peace.
Appreciate you.